You just spent a lot of money. You just spent a lot of time. Now you have this beautiful hair. Don't Hey, my name's Ashley Hope, and today's video is a little bit different, a little bit of a knowledge dump. Today I'm here to share with you 5 mistakes you might be making with your new hand-tied extensions that could be affecting the longevity and lifespan of your beautiful new investment. So if you'd like to see how to take the best care of your hair extensions, please keep watching this video. Okay, so the biggest mistake first-time hair extension wearers make is you go to wash your hair the first time, you do everything like you're supposed to, great, you get out of the shower, and you take that towel and you flip your head over and wrap it up. And when you do that, there's a very good chance that you pop some beads. As much as you have that natural instinct to put the towel over and flip, we can't do that anymore once we wear hair extensions. The hair's wet, it's fragile, it's heavy because it's got the weight of the water in it. And when you fling it over your head like that, it's putting a lot of stress on the root of the hair, the attachment points of your extensions, and you will pop beads through your threads. It will happen. So the best way to dry your hair when you get out of the shower, to dry your extensions, is to get one of these. You've heard of it, seen it. Everyone probably has one already, and if you don't, I will link it below. But this is a turby twist, whatever you want to call it. It's a little towel turban. And again, tendency is to flip forward, but you can't do that now. So the first and biggest tip I can give you is do this when you get out of the shower. Place the top around, wrap the hair up, and then secure it while you are standing straight up. And that way there's no tension on the beads, on the attachment points, on anything, because you didn't flip forward, you stood upright the entire time. And that is one tip that will save your extensions from moving, sliding, slipping, beads popping. That's a big one. That's a good one. The second most common mistake most people make when first wearing hair extensions is letting their hair air dry too much or sleeping on wet hair. Now that you're out of the shower, you want to let your hair air dry. Wrong. I don't air dry. I never air dry, and I don't recommend air drying. I'm sorry. I know it's very upsetting to a lot of people, but I find that when you let the hair air dry for long periods of time, it's staying damp, those wefts do expand. They loop and they expand. So I dry my contact points and my wefts as soon as I get out of the shower. Even if I don't dry the entire head of hair, I make sure I just blow dry these attachment points, you know, where my wefts and my beads are. The hair itself can stay a little damp, but up here where you have seams and thread and beads, I would dry it as soon as possible. I think that keeps them intact for the longest amount of time. No, under any circumstances, no sleeping on wet hair. It's a no. It's a no for me. Which brings me to number 3. The number 3 mistake I see most new extension wearers making is they haven't switched over to a satin pillowcase yet. And honestly, that is a game changer. You will wake up with less frizzy hair, it will be shinier, your skin will even be better. I just feel like the satin and the slip of the satin helps the skin and the hair so much. The cotton and the friction and the dryness, even, like, think about what you use cotton for. You use it to dry things up. So you put all your face serums on and whatever and go lay on your cotton pillowcase, it's absorbing it. Just like the oil we put in our hair before bed, it's absorbing it. and then it's not doing its job. So I think the satin pillowcase or silk pillowcase is a huge, huge bonus. I would highly recommend anyone who wears any kind of extensions to sleep on a satin or silk pillowcase at all times. I even bring mine to the hotel with me. I don't play games. And it doesn't have to be a super expensive silk pillowcase or satin. You can get them on Amazon. I'll link a couple below that I've bought before. You can get them from Kitsch. You can get them from numerous places, but any kind of slippery material is better than cotton. Any kind, any kind. The fourth most common mistake I see new extension wearers making is not holding their wefts when they brush their hair. Everyone is so used to just taking the brush and going right for it, you know? But you can't do that, because if there are tangles in your hair, now you're pulling on your contact points again. You're putting weight on it, you're stressing it. I wouldn't recommend that. So I always place my hands on top of my wefts and then brush underneath my fingers. This gets the majority of the tangles out before I separate my rows. And then I'll go in between to make sure that there are no hairs that didn't get brushed. And I still hold the tops of my wefts. And then again, from the top, I will hold as I brush. And the fifth most common mistake I see new extension wearers making is not oiling the ends every night. The extension hair is dry. It needs moisture, it needs hydration, it needs oil. I know you're afraid of getting your own hair greasy, making it look, you know, heavy, oily, but the extension hair really needs it. It's thirsty and it needs to be properly moisturized in order to stay supple. So a smidge, a tiny little pump of serum, run through the ends. We don't have to get up to the scalp, but we do want to moisturize the ends, the extension hair really well. And then a little goes on your own hair, which is good too, because that allows your ends to stay healthy. I hope these tips were helpful. I hope you don't end up making these mistakes when you first start wearing your hair extensions and you get the most out of your investment.